I've activated my wild card. Your thoughts, please. You're not going to like my thoughts. And this isn't me trying to be harsh in any way or anything, but I think that's a very knee-jerk reaction to use your wild card in game week 1. Realistically, we're looking at one game week where a player can have a good game week and then be rubbish for the rest of the season. A player can have a good game week and then get injured and be irrelevant. A player could have a bad first game week and then hit the ground running from game week 2 and have an absolute blinder. Game week 1, as we hit over 100 people watching, thank you so much for the 100 people watching. We've only got 1 week's worth of data to go off of. We've also got the fact of rotation, people not fit, people are fit, people are getting used to their sides, new managers, loads of things have changed, and we're trying to read everything from one game week. I think using your wildcard this early is too risky. I've generally, as we have Katie joining the flock, thank you so much, I generally play my wildcard early-ish after I whistled then when I said early-ish, so apologies if that was high. Sorry, Mustafa's now joined the flock as well. Generally, I try and play my wildcard around game week 4 to 8. The later I can play it, the better, but ideally I want to try and maximise my points from game week 9 onwards. The thing is, the later you can use it towards game week 8, I think the better. But I don't think you want to use it too late and too close to the January transfer window either. So I think you've definitely used it too early. I will try and use it as close to game week 8 as possible, but could be using it around game week 4. Danny Ings did look very, very good with his cameo performance for Southampton. If I can find him, if we can have a look at Danny Ings' stats, they were interesting. There he is. So Danny Ings only played 34 minutes, but in that 34 minutes, he had 3 attempts on goal, 2 of which came from inside the box. Minutes per attempt 11.3, which is quite good. Created 4 chances as well, which meant he created a chance every 9 minutes. So he was definitely having an effect on the game when he came on. Could be a very, very good option for your third striker. So I am very interested in Danny Ings, as Yanks has just joined the flock. Thank you so much, Yanks. Pranoy Banerjee. Can I start PVA against Liverpool in my starting 11? Pranoy, I really wouldn't risk it myself. Now, I know the reason you bring in someone like Pranoy, I'd bring you into my side. The reason you bring someone like Patrick Van Aanholt in is his attacking returns. You're not expecting the clean sheets from Palace like you are at Man City, so on and so forth. The reason I wouldn't play Van Aanholt against Liverpool is because I really doubt it's going to be a clean sheet. So then you're relying on the fact that you think he's going to return some sort of assist or goal. That could happen, of course, but I personally don't think he necessarily will. It's not guaranteed. In 38 game weeks, he's not going to score an assist in every single game week. I mean, if he does, then we all need to bring him in. So I think with someone like Patrick Van Aanholt, if it's a competitive fixture, and by that I mean Crystal Palace are playing someone you fancy him against, I would then put Van Aanholt in, because he might get the clean sheet and he might get the goal or assist. But if it's against someone like Liverpool, I personally wouldn't risk it, because I think you need that goal or assist, because Liverpool are capable of putting 4 or 5 past Palace. So I personally wouldn't put Van Aanholt in my starting 11. Egert Heinla. I have a question. Do you prefer having a top 6 defender against a top 6 team, or a bottom team against a bottom team at home, which would be more certain to score a clean sheet? Top teams might give assists. I find it hard when I have a premium price defender not to start them. So if I have a Mendy, a Robertson, a Shaw, the likelihood they're going to start is probably going to be pretty high. Now, it will depend on how I think the game is going to go. So, for example, if I'm confident that a Liverpool side are going to beat a Man United side at Anfield, I may then drop Shaw. There is probably more likelihood of Shaw getting some sort of return from another route, but I think most of the time I'll play the premium price defender. I think bottom team against bottom team is just as unpredictable as top team against top team. You can have a team that are 20th, look like they're getting relegated, and then they beat the side that's 15th. So I don't think there's ever a time when a clean sheet is more certain. And if that's the case, I kind of probably will look at the players that I have a gut feeling might get a clean sheet, or I have a gut feeling might return some attacking points. So that's the way I would look at it. But to be honest, with clean sheets, it's a bit of a guessing game.